Good afternoon. Kind of forgot about the camera from what I said last time, but well, we about got the 70 done that we had to get done. So we got a 30 that direction, a 30 that direction, then we go to Grandma's. Grandma's at 106. Here, it's 1 o'clock. Get that 30 done, get that 30 done, get to Grandma, I'll try to get the inrows off so we don't have to struggle with that tomorrow morning when the dew's here. Look at that red right there. Yikes. Yikes. Pushing the comment, the dew rare wore off, so being able to push it about 3.5. I'm noticing a trend. If the beans aren't lodged, the beans are pretty good. If the beans are lodged, you lose about 10 bushel. We're still kind of beating around that 50 average. 45 to 50, I guess, would be more like it probably. But, no rain the past couple months. It's kind of hard to sit there and expect you're going to have a bumper bean crop. Even though we could have used it on beans more than corn. But corn just had all the rain at the beginning. Which we've only done 600 acres of corn, I think. Somewhere in there. It's all been pretty good. Probably just a little bit above average. It's what it is though, right? Matt finally decided he wanted to come join the crew. It's about how it works every single time. I get inrows off, he comes and just takes my straight rows. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. Eddie, he's got the music off so I can hear. On beans you can't see because it's so dirty, as you can see, but I can't see the cutter bar, so I gotta listen. Anything that sounds horrible, and hurry up and kill the machine if I have to. Eddie's 6, just filling in for him for now. I'm sure eventually we'll have to have somebody come and take over the cart. Jeffrey's got a lot of drilling he has to do, which we could all drill, but me, Matt, and Dad run the combines. Dad does when one of us is either sick or has to do something. Aside from that, that's all we got. But there are some dirty beans. Dirty beans. I don't know. The bad part is, you know, that they look good all year, they stood good and everything, we just didn't get the finish rains. If we would have got the, excuse me, about 1 o'clock when I start getting a little sleepy, beans is actually, it's almost like a peaceful sound in here instead of shelling corn. I like shelling corn more, but bean-wise, it's just a continuous same sound, you know, there's no difference. It's not super obnoxious and loud. It's quite calming. Anyway, if we would have got 1 or 2 more rains, you know, we could have been looking probably, I don't want to throw huge numbers out there, but I would say we'd be 15 to 20 bushels more, at least, than where we're at right now. This is around an average crop. Maybe a little less, but around average. But if we would have got those 2 rains, yeah, we would have had one heck of a bean crop. Probably the best we've ever raised, to be honest, the way they look this year. Like even right now, I'm harvesting beans that are super tall, which doesn't mean anything, but they're podded up from top to bottom, so that does mean something that they're tall with all that potential on there, but they just didn't fill out. A lot of 2s, they shriveled up to nothing basically. I mean, sample's dirty, but you guys can harass me all you want. You can sell it up the elevator the way it is. If you can see that at all, the beans are very tiny. I have my concrete cranked down to capture them all. They're very tiny, so we lost seed size and test weight on them as well, aside from some of the pods aborting. But it's part of it. You gotta do what you do, count your blessings and move on. So I'm gonna get some people called, get the header cards and whatnot, and we're gonna get moved to the next one, keep knocking them out while we can. So they're running about 12.5 to 13%, and we're taking them straight to the bin at the house. Probably run a little bit of air on them, get them, make sure they're all around that 12% probably, or at least under 13, and get them sold sometime whenever they offer us a fair price. But we'll see when that happens. So we'll catch you guys here in a little bit. Well, we're wrapping up this other field. Matt's gonna come up here and join me. We're gonna head to that next 30. I'm gonna help do it, but I ain't gonna get moved to Grandma's tonight while we're that close to the house. We gotta take this header back. My header been running pretty well until my cutter bar patch job broke again. We reinforced it last time and re-welded it all up and everything, and to be honest with you guys, I'm 23, I'm not Remy anymore, but somehow it managed to break again, and I have no idea how. Anyway, I don't know how it broke again, but it did, so we're gonna take off it after I get off this next farm and take it back to the house, and we're gonna re-weld it up. Howdy, howdy, howdy. We're back. She ain't liking these green stem beans. Things not looking too bad at the moment. We had a lot of beans over here in the bottom below the hill that still had a lot of, they're not butter beans, what the heck are they? It's about 3/4 of the plant is dead, or it's not even the right term yet. We haven't got a frost to kill the plants. 3/4 of the plant is ripe and ready to cut. The other quarter had some green pods and whatnot on them. They're pretty tough cutting. The sample looks a ton better now. So does the beans. Beans on this good old dirt is yielding pretty well. This will definitely help the old average. I don't know. Ran a variable rate script on this field with beans. Did about 4 fields this year, trying it out and seeing if the beans will, if it'll work in favor for the beans as it does the corn. But I don't know yet. So far, it seems like it's doing pretty well. At the end of the day, I'll find out when I get on the computer and look. Some green one, jeez. She's not a fan. I need a bigger combine to grind through them. Matt, he's somewhere over there on the hillside. He cut inrows on the big field mostly for me, so I came over here and get inrows cut, so when he comes over he can enjoy some straight rows. I'm trying to make it easy on him. There's my sprayer tracks. I have fungicide trials throughout some of these fields too. Some foliar trials. I don't know. A lot of people say fungicide pays. We've never seen it. At the end of the day, you know, yeah, you can probably get it to pay for that chemical you're putting on, but it doesn't pay for the labor and field and machinery cost. You know, most co-ops are getting probably about $9 for application. So now you got to make over a bushel, probably more like 2 bushels by the time it's done. And, you know, I've yet to see any product sit there and push out, you know, over 2 bushel. I can prove 2 bushel, but I can't sit there and have a product that does, you know, 3 bushel, 4 bushel, 5 bushel. You know, at 4 bushel, wow, you're kind of doubling it. You know, you're making 2 bushel an acre. That's worth it. At 2 bushel an acre, though, it's not really worth it. You might as well just cut your costs and your losses. But I can't say that I'm gonna do this forever, because at this point, you know, you're kind of just chucking money at something and you're not getting results. But I am breaking even on the stuff, so I'm gonna keep trying. I do think there's something out there. There has to be a way, right? There's no way everybody just started pouring stuff into a chemical tote and said, hey, well, this does this and it works. Somebody had to have done something or tried something and it worked, and then everybody started feeding off that one. So to that point, I'm gonna keep going until I find out where that product is, and so I can use that product. But until that happens, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing. So is what it is. We got the big field done here. He's finished the cubby hole. We got this cubby hole to do, and we got about 5 acres over there. And then we're gonna move down the blacktop about 5 miles, and we'll be there the rest of the day. They're about 120-ish acres probably there. That'd put us over 200. As slow as we're going, as tough as the beans are, I don't know if we'll get that far or not, but one step at a time. So that's where we're gonna head, and then get that done. We'll move another 5 or 10 miles, 156, knock out 156, because they're about the same. I will say, you know, with the no rain, it shows how far the maturity has, the genetics have worked in our favor. That said as well, I kind of expected a yield loss the higher up we got in maturity for beans. We just went from a 3.7 to these 4.0s, and so far the 4.0s, which some of this is better dirt, but the other farm is still pretty good dirt. Suddenly the 4.0s are outperforming the 3.7s, which in a year when you get plenty of rain, that is typical. But in a year when you don't get rain, the early maturity tend to do better. This field's kind of standing out. Is it the variable rate? Did they just get rain that maybe helped? I don't know. You don't know. That's why you got to keep doing trials, doing tests, always trying to improve something. And that's where I step in. I like doing trials. They're timely. They're not so costly. I mean, you got to pay for some, but at the same time, it's not a lot of money at the end of the day. If you're picking up a couple bushels across acres, you know, you're making more money than what you put into it.
Taking 10.
He's always asking for more. He's like a woman. I don't know what I'm gonna do with him. But I am getting full, so I guess I'll give it to him. I see some sticks, some green pods. So it's hard to get a clean sample because there is still green pods, stragglers out here, and you're getting them in your tank. But we're cutting 13% beans and taking them to a bin. Say the extra water weight is worth a couple extra pods in the tank. I don't know. We're gonna holler at you guys here in a bit. We'll see you then. Well, field done. Field done. Windows are dirty, everything's dirty. Oh, we're heading to next. They're working on Matt's bean head. He broke last night. Mistakes happen, first of all. I've had plenty of them, we all know. Something broke on the coupler for the bean head hookup, so we kind of just rigged it up to get him able to run until the new ones get here. It's just 2 tongs. Slide into that down there. So we kind of rigged it up so he could run, but now he's struggling to get it undone. So they're gonna help him get that undone real quick. Stuff happens. That field was pretty good. It was a pretty good field, so we'll see if the trend continues. I won't say nothing. Wishful thinking, that's all I'll say. Time will tell. We need some extra juice. We're gonna be sliding. I am too. I should have put her in a little bit of 4-wheel drive here, but be all right. Jeffrey's waiting. He's the pull-out guy. He's the pull-out guy. He's not as dirty as we are. We must be working harder than him. He ain't as dirty. I cleaned these windows completely off and the mirrors. And as you can see, you can't see. I don't know. We're gonna keep rolling. That's 106 there. Probably had, I don't know, 10, 16 done last night. 90 acres so far today. That's pushing, can't remember what time we started, 10:30? After the dew wore off probably. It's about 2:30 now. 4 hours, 90 acres. I don't know. We gotta kind of take it slow because everything's pretty tough still. A lot of green stint. We haven't got the frost to really kill off stuff yet. So, I don't know. We're heading to the next field. We'll catch you guys there. Stay tuned. Hope you're enjoying it. And if you're not, please tell us why so we can get you to enjoy it. We're still kind of new at this stuff, you know? Haven't done it for a long time. There's always something you can improve. Dad always told me, he said, as long as you're learning at least one thing every day, you're on the right track. So, well, that's a lot of stuff I gotta learn every single day. I don't know. We're off to the races. As soon as I put it in high gear here in a minute. We gotta get up the hill first. He's trying. Uh-oh. Come on, bald eagle. You better get him before he gets that tree line. There we go. Well, we're trying to grind through. It's getting rough. So, the road's up here in the bend. We're knocking out these cubby holes real quick so we can get up here into this flat when it gets dark. We're almost done. I'm in this one. He's finishing that one. I don't know. They're tough. Tough's not even the right word anymore. I mean, they're down to 10%. They already dropped 2% from the day. Heck, we left grandma's at 13%, and these are down to 10. 9.8. I don't know. Dry enough. We're already losing yield, so definitely gonna have to keep hammering through, regardless if they're a little tough or not. Still averaging good. They're a little bit above average. So, but due to the price of the market right now, you're gonna need a little bit above average to make a little money on beans this year. Last year, I'm sure a lot of people lost money on beans. I'm sure we were probably included in that. So hopefully this year, everybody can make just a little bit on beans and make some back on corn. I don't know. At the end of the day, you know, everybody's got bills to pay. Nope. I did not. Got the big radio behind me. How to put them in here. The radios are a little quiet in these live machines. Anyway. Yeah, there's a double crop beans over there, which you guys probably can't see through the window. Oh boy. Can you guys see? I can't see. I'm relying on one thing and one thing only, and that's GPS. Let's just keep hoping for the best and get through. Very, very dirty beans this year. Dirty beans. Maybe we get this field done. We should be about 180 today. We will see. We'll catch you guys here in a bit. We're out cutting beans. Power meter's about maxed out. It's pretty much there. They're getting tougher. The day didn't start off the greatest. Probably didn't end the greatest either. This morning I got a handle
that pushes my fingers out and in. I guess the bolts, I don't know if it just slipped or what, but it ended up shoving it down into my pan, grooved it all up, broke a finger, shoved it through my door blew off. Thankfully I stopped it in time because it was trying to make its way through the combine, but I did finally get it out of there. So I salvaged it, it's hanging on by a thread down there. Jake, his bean head, something broke on it. They had to take it to the house and weld on it for a minute. I think he got it back together. They're going to try it anyway. So we got probably 2 acres left here. And then we're going to move to where he's at. I don't know how far we'll end up getting, but they're getting pretty tough. They're running about, I'd say 13%. My moisture tester quit working, but before it quit working again, it was running about 13%. So, man, they're dirty. They are dirty. They're pretty dusty. Dust is just like lingering at this point. It's getting later in the day. Trying to push it a little hard, but I end up slugging her up. The cutter bar is not liking it. And it's not like they're green. They're just tough. When I do go through some green though, it puts it in her bind pretty good. Jeffrey, he left me. He went to Jake. I got a semi up there. I think he said I had 4,000 pounds on it, so we'll probably. I might have almost 40,000 pounds on it by the time I'm done. No, not 40. Maybe 30. Just look at that. Jeez Louise. Where'd the sun go? Actually, it gives a little bit more justice on that camera. Jeez, I'm gonna have to drive with that thing. Alright, about day 4 of bean cutting. It's getting dirtier. The camera can actually, I have to start looking out front with the camera. I can actually see out of that. Just give it a minute. Wait till we turn around and the sun's in your face, and you know, it's a guessing game. Y'all ready for this? Hey, if I go slow enough, maybe it'll clear out. Wrong. Oh yeah. Anyway, we're cutting beans. It hasn't been a terrible day. getting roughly close to 140 acres done a day. It's pretty slow. We really can't push it too hard till about, we got like a 3-hour window, basically, to push it hard to where we can run about 3.5. Otherwise, we're running 2.5 mile an hour. We got some green stems in there. It's pretty rough. The combine's really not liking it. Morning we can't really run good until about 2 o'clock, and then it really starts getting about 5. It starts getting tough again a little bit, where you're kind of backing off again. But we're trying to get what we can. They're running about anywhere between 13-15%, so we're trying to get as much as we can before they start getting too dry and popping out, and you don't want them too dry anyway, so we're trying to get them after we can dry a little bit if we have to. Some of this stuff's pretty green, though. I don't know. We're kind of blending it a little bit. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. There's old Jeffrino waiting in the wings. This is where you just use a straight track. You can kind of see outside, a little bit of the outline. Use a straight track and just hope for the best. My goodness.
Probably got 30 acres left, probably.
We're getting closer. 30 acres left. Probably ain't gonna get done before dark, but we're gonna try it. We're gonna give it our best shot. Y'all see that bean head down there? Ah, there it is. There it is. See how bad it is.
Larry just planted corn here. Between leaving the bottom and whatever Matt left over there where it's wet, that's all we got. But we still got the 2 patches below the terrace over there to get to.
I don't know if we're gonna get full or not. We're getting close. I can kind of see it. They're not doing terrible. We would have got that, we missed out on a rain all of August. But I think we would have got it. I think we probably would have had what they were calling for a record crop. We could have had it probably, but it definitely ain't gonna be a record. Probably gonna be about average for us anyway. And I'm supposed to have, the best lights, but it don't even look like my lights are even on. But they are. I feel like I'm in like an old style combine with them old lights where they're really dim. Like Jake's broke down, or he's plugged up, one of the two. Jeffrey's over there. at the bin. He's unloading the truck. We were gonna try and fill that cart up, but I don't know if we're gonna get it done or not. That's the one thing I can't tell if I'm dragging or not, because I can't see. Basically, you just throw up a prayer and hope that you don't break anything. This is when you know it's, it's dirty. When it can't even see what we're even throwing through the combine at the moment. Can't identify the crop that we're throwing through right now. Alright, well.
Jake, Joe Schroeder.
Well, we gave it our best shot. Jake's, I'm assuming he smoked his belt, which about caught his combine on fire. So they had to use a fire extinguisher on it. So that's nice. Don't know what it destroyed. I haven't talked to him yet. He's actually in front of me. But I'm keeping my combine away from that one because I don't think it'll catch on fire, but you just never know. We've already had 2 combine fires in our area in the last 2 days, so if that don't tell you how dry we are, main thing is trying to keep them blown off. That's about the only thing you can really do. Sometimes that don't work. Parked right there, but maybe he's gonna park it there away from everything. So. Anyway, if you like the content, like, subscribe, and hopefully we can get some good footage tomorrow. Preferably not a combine on fire. I don't know if you got that on video or not. I doubt it, because it's kind of in my way. Can't go that way. He's blocking me. We'll go around him. But anyway, we'll see you in the next one. Probably tomorrow. Day 5. Let's get it.